Hi there guys, another I think very useful video for beginners or intermediate players again. It's about muting the unnecessary string noise. In this video I will show you 4 different ways to achieve this. These are not the only ones, but they are the ones most commonly used and the ones I use. So, let's start. First method, use the underside of your fretting hand to mute the strings that reside under the notes you are fretting. The underside just slightly touches those strings, dampening them. So any given time you play something, your fretting hand or finger continuously does this job. So let's say I play the E note here. The 2 strings that are below this note, the higher pitched strings, are muted by slightly touching them with the underside of my finger. Okay, so that is the one you have to remember. The strings that are below the fretted note are muted by this part of your finger. Second method, using the tip of the finger that frets the note to lightly touch the string right above it, muting it on its tracks. So, in the last example, when we were muting the last 2 strings with the underside of our finger, you remember? At the same time, we would use the tip of our fretting hand to touch the string right above it, silencing it. So, we play this note. The last 2 strings are muted by the underside, but the string above is muted by lightly touching the string with the tip of the finger. Third method. This method was discussed also in my sweep picking videos. It's about just easing the pressure of the fretted notes, muting them on the spot, while the fretting fingers still lightly touch the strings. So, yet again, playing the same note, if we want to silencing it, just we stop putting pressure on the frets. Okay, as you can see, I stop putting pressure on the fret and the note is muted, but I don't lift the finger immediately. The finger will move when I am compelled to play something else, or else the finger lightly touches the string. The last method is the most common one, using the right hand palm to touch the strings, muting them. We all know it and we all use it. But now we will use a simple example to showcase all of these muting techniques working together. The most important thing you must understand is that in order for your muting to be effective, using only one method at a time just won't cut it. For example, the underside of your fretting hand can't take care of all the strings alone. Neither does the heel of your picking hand. So we have to use at least 2 methods at the same time. So let's run an example so we can use all these techniques simultaneously. We will use the D minor scale for that. Let's start by playing the scale in 1 octave. Okay, just using a simple pattern, 1 3 4, 1 3 4, 1 3. Okay, what we need to do is this. After playing the first 3 notes, we want to move to the next one, the 5th string. Okay, so this is the first technique applied. This is the easing pressure technique. So 1 2 3, ease pressure of the little pinky, and we just roll the first finger, fret the next string and lightly touch the previous one. So after the first 3 notes, ease pressure, roll the first finger, play the next. Ease pressure, roll the finger, play the next. And so on. Okay, so as you can see, we use 2 or more techniques at the same time, and actually we've used a lot more, because when we were playing the scale, the underside of our fretting hand was continuously muting the strings below. Okay? At the same time I'm playing all this, I'm muting the strings below. I move to the next, the same thing. Okay, so as you can see, we use as many techniques simultaneously as we can. If you practice your scales, or not just the scales, anything this way, you will see that you want to use not just 1, but 2 or more techniques. Okay, so before you are too obsessed about speed and fast and things like that, you want to make sure that your playing is clean, that you're muting effectively. So use all these methods and try to clean up your playing. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Thanks.